everyone, welcome back. In this video lesson, we'll be learning how to draw a footwear, how to sketch a footwear. And for that, you need to know anatomy of a foot. So we'll be learning basics of the foot, how to draw a foot, the basic shape of a foot. In this video, I'm not going into the anatomy on the basis of biology, not going to study about the bones, ligaments, muscles and all. Just going to give an sketching insight of how you can visualize a foot, the basic shape, basic form. So let's get start. Now I'll be telling you how you can visualize in different shapes, basic forms in which you can visualize a foot. So this is our floor or the surface, okay, and this is the start of the foot, or you can see the thumb toe. This is the back. Till here you have height of your foot. Over that we have our leg. This is our ankle. Okay, now basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to divide this whole structure into three parts. Okay, first part is our toe. The second part is this. You can see there is no continuation. This is not a continuing slant. The angle is changing at this midpoint, at this point, or you can say the part where these bones connect this part. Again, I'm saying not going to complicate things for you. I'm not going to name the bones, otherwise you will be confused about things. If you want to know the bones, you can study on your own, because I'm just starting with the basics of footwear. Okay, and the third structure which we have, what you can do is take it like this, and the third part is this. Okay, so if I want to sketch base, front part, slant, second, then third part. This is the basic structure, basic shape of your foot, right? So if this is a cuboid, if I consider this whole rectangle in which I've categorized the three forms of the foot. If suppose this is a cuboid, okay, since it's a cuboid, it will have a height. So this is our cuboid. Now tracing the same parts front view in this side. This is our first slight slant, then you increase the height. This is our second part. Let's make it 3D. This, and then you have your third part this way. Okay, I'm doing this just to create a visual form of foot in your mind. So while sketching the foot or footwear, you know how to give the shape so that it appears to be a foot. Okay, so this is the rigid form or 3D form of a foot, how it appears. Okay, now let me give you another view. So this is a different view of a foot. Here if you see, as the foot go up, the width of the foot changes. This is your ankle bone. Okay, we have drawn foot till this part, so you know this width is less than the toe width, and we have drawn the first part of the foot like this. This is our first part. Till here you have your second part. Okay, and then you have your third part. If I do in this view also, first, second, and then this is your bottom, this is your third part. So this is the joining between the third and second part, joining between first and second part. This is the bottom and this is the top. You got my point? Okay, so you know the front is, or the toe part is wide, and the heel part, which is this heel part, is thinner in size compared to the toe part. So if you have seen a foot from bottom, it appears to be somewhat like this. Right? This is how it appears from the bottom. Front, middle, back. Okay, so if I clear that shape, that cuboid shape which I made earlier, this is your toe part, then it gets narrower, not of the same width. This way. Right? Then you have an arc here, this form, then the bottom. I have drawn it a little wide here because of our bones. just to create a visual presentation in your mind. Okay, you can give a little more width to this part also. So this is the basic form of your foot. So while sketching a footwear, you can do the same thing. First create this construction structure, obviously with lighter strokes, to create a base form of your shoe. Okay, now we want to create a shoe out of this. I know this, the whole structure of the shoe obviously will be shaped according to your foot. If you have seen the inner sole of a shoe, it appears to be something like this, right? So this is the inner structure of your shoe. So this red part is the inner sole of your shoe. So you know the shoe is shaped in the form of a foot. Now I'm going to add, and this is the part where you have your cushion supporting your ankle. This is the front part of the shoe, right? The shoe always have a thickness of its own also. So this is, so you always give a gap while sketching. Not always, if you have created a basic shape of a foot, don't just start tracing its outer to make a shoe. Always create a gap between that, because shoe always appear to be bulkier, bigger, because they have their own thickness also. This form, right? This way. If I use a different color, the basic structure I'm making. This is how a shoe appears from the inside. So you see a bump here, na? I have made right foot, so you can see a curve inside. This is the basic form of a shoe. Okay, for starters, for like if you're starting the footwear for the first time, you can follow this method. I'm not saying this is the only way. Right now it appears to be complex, because right now you have to make a basic structure of the foot first, then you start making things shoe. It's not the only way. Okay. what we learned till now is that foot appears, or the basic shape we learned of a foot just making a basic shape of a foot from the outside. This way. This is how a foot look from outside, or you can see this is the view of your left foot when you are seeing from the outside. Okay, if I want to create a shoe out of it, the first thing to notice is this is your sole part, inner sole part. Of the shoe or footwear. Let's start with the most easy thing, that's a slipper. Suppose we want to create a slipper, sketch a slipper. This part, toe part, will be broader. If I look at a feet from bottom, if this is the toe part and this is the heel part, this is how a foot appears from the bottom. Alright. Now the strap of a slipper comes between this thumb and the index toe, right? Then we have our middle toe, then fourth toe, then the little toe. This is how right. The strap come between the gap of the index toe and the thumb or thumb toe, right? So if I want to create a slipper, this would be my sole part. This would be my whole height, or you can say the middle sole and the bottom sole part, this, or you just call it thickness of the slipper, right? Now here you have the part which attaches the strap to the base of a slipper. Now we have our strap, outer strap, going this way, coming from here, just tracing our slippers. If you look at a slipper, this strap almost touches the base. If this is a slipper, this is our part where your slipper touches the base. Then you have your straps. This is the way you see strap of a slipper. right? So slip, this is the part I have already made. Now coming to the slipper strap from the on the inner side, curving away. This is the only part which you see, because here we have a foot. If I draw, this is how it will appear without a foot. Okay, so there's one more basic way or more easier way to visualize footwear is, first you make broader, or you can say you can make an ellipse which will represent your toe, which is broader. Then you can make a middle construction line, center reference line. Now I'll add toe behind this broader ellipse. If you make toe on this side, it will symbolize that you are observing or you are making a footwear in a way that you are looking at from outer side. Okay, if you make ellipse on this side, it will symbolize that you are making the slipper or observing the slipper from inner side. Right now I'm making slipper from the outer side. This is the base or the inner sole. You can just give a height or thickness to it. Okay, now if you observe from here, this is the part where your thumb comes, then your index toe, middle, fourth toe and the little toe. So don't keep this part where the strap attaches the bottom in the middle. Always keep it off centered. Okay, then this is the attachment. Then I'll make the straps. I'm going to keep my straps here. This form and a little bulge. This way. This is the inner side. Okay, you can add, if you want to show the thumb part, just add a little depth here. This form. Okay, this is the way you can make a slipper. If I talk about a shoe also, I'm going to sketch out the shoe in the same way. Toe, center, bottom. Considering this to be the whole shape of my shoe, from here I'm trying to give an height. If this is the third part, just thought of this foot as a reference. This is shoelace part. Clear? Then I'm going to give heel height. This way. If you want to give a more sleek look, you can just lower this height. This way. Okay. Then your ankle part. This is the lining. You can continue it all the way to the other side also. Right? This way. And this is the front. You can add any kind of pattern if you want. You can play with that. Right? This way you can sketch out a shoe. Now here you can add you can say little buckles for your laces. To know the patterns in how you tie a laces, just observe your own shoe, you get a better idea. This way. This is how you can sketch out a shoe. Just try the basic forms. Okay. No need to rush things. Just try to understand things first. No need to rush that you have to get perfection in one day only. You won't. Things take time. Okay, so this is how you can sketch a shoe. I'm not going to add any, say it's not in any perspective 1.2 point, just general product sketching form. Okay, try to make different shoes in different angles. The basic thought is the same. Again, I'm saying always keep in mind the placement of the toe and the heel. Generally, I've seen people making mistakes that they don't keep the proportions between, or the gap between the toe and the heel in proportionate. What they do is, I've seen students making mistake like they make toe here and heel here. They have created so much gap between them. That shows the lack of observation, because you have seen your own foot also. There's no this much gap between your toe and the heel. Okay, so keep in mind that gap and try to sketch out. If any one of you is making portfolio for any Indian or international college, you can, or applying for accessory design or product design specifically, you can add these explorations the way I did. First, you can add different views of your foot sketches to show how you do observation, how you visualize your products. And then what you can do is, you can make a sketch or different ideations of your shoe sketch. In your portfolio. Okay, so this is the shoe sketch. Just going to add some detailed sketches. That's it. This is how you sketch a shoe. Try out sneakers, loafers, sport shoes, formal shoes, and send your sketches to me for review. Okay, thank you.